What I found fascinating just from learning about this client is just how many data sources and data points that they're capturing every second. And so you combine that with AI and the whole, big data, Internet of Things trend that was already underway. And I could see how this could be a pretty big, I think exponentially. I mean, the possibilities are limitless. You were talking earlier about how when you're driving by 45 miles an hour down a highway, you're not going to be able to see a problem or spot a problem necessarily out in the field. But if you had robots out in the field, they probably could, and they could alert back when there is a potential problem.
Yeah, 100%. It's huge, and we like Boston Dynamics a lot.
Yeah, well, good. Glad to hear. We do too. Yeah, I'm a big fan. So this is actually this is sort of part 2 of my question, and then I'll wrap things up. But this is from Darian actually on LinkedIn, but she's asking a very specific question. I just want to get your knee-jerk reaction, even though it is a very specific use case, but I like it because it gets us thinking about how AI might be used in the future. So Darian asks, looking ahead, do you see a world where predictive maintenance and spare part optimization merge into a fully autonomous supply chain where the system can not only predict a fault, but automatically order, allocate, and dispatch the right part?
Yeah, no, 100%. That's exactly what we're solving for right now. Exactly what we're solving for. And we feel particularly bullish about it, Darian, because we're a product-centric ERP company. We're fully invested in health of the asset and asset planning and asset maintenance, and we support field service. We support tens of thousands of technicians. We're now on, I think, 600,000 technicians globally that we support with our software. So we got that understanding of the total life cycle, and we see a world where somebody's dispatched on a optimized basis based on all sorts of things, skills, capabilities, routing, etc., and knowing what they're about to encounter, analyzed by AI. They put the right equipment in their vehicle, they get onto site, they don't have the right equipment, through natural language and indexing, automated work orders, automated ordering spare parts, automated fulfillment of that part to the next available crew. That whole world, absolutely, it could be fully autonomous, but it isn't going to replace in the short term, the woman or man who's in the field executing that task. And robotics might come at some point in the future, but I think for a lot of those tasks that we solve, that's still going to be highly skilled labor.
And so that leads to another question from Patrick on LinkedIn. Says, you invest a lot in AI, especially around ERP. From your perspective, when will ERP be fully autonomous? How far are we? So how far in general are we from what you just described, that future state that you said in the short term, probably not, you still need the human high skilled labor, but how far out do you think we are from achieving this future state vision you're talking about?
Yeah, I think for that example I've given, with the exception of the human in the loop, because there will be a human in the loop always observing and looking at exceptions and whatnot, and the individual carrying out the highly skilled work at the end, I think we're 12 to 18 months away. Okay. And when you bridge that into the totality of an ERP and all of the value chains that are executed, I think you're probably 3 to 5 years away.
Okay, interesting. Well, what do you want to leave us with in terms of where you're taking IFS, the future of IFS, any fun events, conferences? Just tell us what to expect here in the next 6 to 12 months, and how can we learn more about IFS for those that might be interested in learning more about you guys?
Yeah, well, we're always available. We're a very high-touch organization. We all spend a significant amount of time with customers in the way that I've described over the course of this conversation. That's what keeps us relevant. If we listen to what's happening in our customer base, like properly listen, not play lip service to it, but actually engage, and we respond in the capabilities that we develop, we think we're going to be in a high growth state for a very long time, based on what value customers are getting from what they tell us they want. So in some ways, it's super simple. A massive thank you to any customers. Alex is clearly on today, who've joined the podcast. We are here literally for you. And we're determined to be the #1 industrial software company on the planet, and with world-class asset and service capabilities that we're already recognized for. And we're so grateful for the opportunity to create the value we can for our customers.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it's really cool to see what you guys have done in the last several years, especially with not just the capabilities you've built, but also the geographic reach. I think you guys have come a long way in terms of not just being a European focused company, which is nothing wrong with that, but now you've got more, I feel like a more global brand awareness and recognition and client base compared to just a few years ago. So excited to see where you guys go. And it's a super interesting industry. So I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you being here to talk about this.
No, of course, anytime. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you to the audience for the great questions. Be sure to connect with Mark. If you'd like to learn more about IFS, we're not affiliated with IFS, but you can always check out their website at ifs.ai. Is that the website now, or is it still ifs.com? Yep. Okay. Yep. ifs.ai. So be sure to check them out. And we will edit this interview. We'll add some more content to it. It'll become part of our official Transformation Ground Control podcast that comes out in a couple of weeks. So thank you for being part of that podcast production here today. Go to transformationgroundcontrol.com if you'd like to watch the podcast on a regular basis. You could subscribe there, watch it on whatever platform you want, or listen on the audio platforms. So be sure to check that out. You can also go back. We've got a whole catalog of 240 some episodes that we've already had. So be sure to go back and check out that podcast. Lots of good stuff there, lots of good guests there. And appreciate Mark being here again. Hope you all have a great day, and we will see you next time, same place next week. We'll be back with more content just like this in a live discussion. So thanks very much. Have a great week in the meantime.